speaking of, good segue, Jordan.
Yeah, speaking of, so we all watched the Rogue One Star Wars story trailer.
They call it a teaser, but it's a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, it's not a teaser.
It's like a minute.
So let's kind of break it down. So we've got a new character. We've got Jyn Erso.
Urso,
I think is how. It's like pasta.
Well, first impressions. This trailer looks excellent. Like, I'm so ready for more Star Wars this year.
Yeah, I actually was telling a guy at work, and he's like, "They're making another? How many Star Wars?" And I'm like, "One every year."
Too. It's like, because of this year, when are we going to see something from it? And it seems like the day after the Blu-ray came out, Force Awakens, they're like, "All right, shifting marketing all to this movie."
Right, start hyping the next thing. Yeah, it's really smart. It looks good. It looks like, I think they're going to do a good job with it. I couldn't tell if it was going to be more focused about the rebellion or actually them taking over that station. You know what I mean? Where the separation of time is going to be. Is that all in 2 minutes at the end?
Well, it definitely seems like they're on Yavin, which is the base they were on it in A New Hope.
So just real quick for clarification, the movie is going to take place between the prequels, Episode 3, so Episode 3 and then Episode 4, where you meet Luke and all that stuff. So it's going to take place, and apparently what we know is it's a band of rebels stealing the plans to the Death Star, how they find out to shoot down the exhaust port.
Precedes A New Hope, where you see, like, where are the Death Star plans? So immediately precedes A New Hope. And that'd be kind of cool if we see at the end of Rogue One, like, giving the plans to Leia or giving them to R2, you know? That would be pretty cool to see.
I'm sure it'll be somebody just like, deliver this to Princess Leia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just seeing that, this...
At the same time, though, I think what'll be nice about this particular movie is that it'll be a movie. You know what I mean? It's one story.
You're not going to see Rogue One 2.
Right, and
that's New Hope.
You know what I mean, though? Like, it's not, the handing the lightsaber at the end. It's going to be a complete arc. It's going to be...
Not only that, no Force, supposedly, no Jedi.
Darth Vader's going to be in it. Give me a break.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show Vader, but it's not concentrated around Jedi, which would be the first Star Wars movie that doesn't concentrate all of that.
Ewoks Adventure? Come on, man.
And 2.
The Christmas special. Anyway, but like, they don't concentrate on that kind of stuff, which would be kind of cool. They showed like an Asian guy, like a ninja guy with like a sword.
Awesome. Love it.
I was like, that's kind of cool.
Did you guys ever play back in the day the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
Yes.
So they had characters. I remember in there was like a samurai character in it. I can't remember his name, but he had that background.
I have those games on Steam. I should replay them.
They're so good. They have them on the iPad now.
Oh my god.
But anyways, that's what that first triggered. I was like, samurai from one of those KOTOR games. I was like, that's so cool. Like, it's cool that they bring up, because really, if you think about it, the Jedi have a lot of like samurai type of,
feel to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What were you gonna say though? You had something that was on.
Oh, you can't do that to me now.
Now you don't remember?
Yeah, I already forgot it.
Okay, for me, I think there's a couple things why I'm super excited about the trailer and why I think the trailer does a good job of being a good trailer. Remember we talked about people should get awards for making trailers.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that stand out to me. One is seeing 1970s style Star Destroyers in 2016 technology is insane.
Okay, gotta get off my lawn here. Why are the Star Destroyers bleach white? Because in the movies, in the original trilogy, they were all like silver and gray, kind of more like gray.
Well, think about it; they're brand new, bro.
Yeah,
they don't have all that space dust.
Seeing the scale, like, we obviously knew the Death Star was huge, obviously in the trilogy or original trilogy, right?
Yeah.
But like seeing it with the Star Destroyers right there and the big super laser, I'm just like, the scale of it is just humongous.
Yeah, and how it pans over and that's what's the darkness that's creating it is the super laser. Yeah, and the alarm sound is just it's perfect. Like, it invokes. I think this movie, especially it's one of that last scenes is the AT-AT shooting down on the beach. It feels like a war movie. It feels like Apocalypse Now. It feels like Saving Private Ryan. And I'm like, that's perfect. We've never had that in a Star Wars. We've had Star. We've never really had the war part. We had the Gungans. It's about as close as we got to a war.
Gungan battle.
You know what I mean, though? Like, your troops, my troops. And we talked about with Star Wars Rebellion, the board game. It feels you are outnumbered. There's like 5 of those AT-ATs and there's guys running on the it's like, good luck. Like, it's not.
Yeah, it looked hopeless, that last scene.
I want to see that. The movies, when you get into A New Hope, the Galactic Empire has already squeezed so tight. There's just, you know what I mean? I want to see like the small uprisings that tried and just failed, and just to show the might. And that's what I'm hoping that they do with Darth Vader. I hope he gets a couple scenes where he is just,
badass.
He shows,
his power that we've never seen on screen before.
I mean, he's we always talk. He's choking people, and he fights Obi-Wan, but it was 1960s or 70s, so it's not like it's not. Right. You don't see it. It's not like Episode 7 where she's just.
You see him like in the other canon stuff like Clone Wars, and then like
and he's awesome.
Revenge of the Sith, obviously he's kind of awesome, but like in Clone Wars stuff, he's really awesome. He's tactile. He's strong, and it's cool seeing that. So I really hope we get to see a Vader like
really
that.
give him that, don't they?
Oh yeah, and what's the one with him and Palpatine?
Lord of the Sith.
Oh, that book was so good. And a lot of books convey him as this, it's a huge badass character, but we've never seen that.
Well, you got to think.
I
mean, back in the 70s, that suit is probably not very limber.
No, I definitely
you know what
understand
I mean?
why, but it's. If they do that, I really hope they do, because it'll be really cool to see that for the first time.
Yeah, and the other thing I noticed is, I guess they gave there's a couple new Stormtrooper outfits, right?
It's like a Shadow Trooper is what they're calling it, with the black armor and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, you got to be careful, because, I mean, I'm not going to nerd out here. You got to be careful, because, like, if you keep adding Stormtroopers, why didn't we see them later? I guess they were like a Spartan 5
like
and
special
Halo.
Ops.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, it's just weird.
Test trials, different locations get different suit colors. We're going to see how intimidating it is.
Yeah.
Turns
One thing
out all white wins.
Actually, the beginning of Tarkin, the book, he's talking about like the suit and how he's a big details guy.
Yeah.
So he's talking about like
Imperial gray suit.
Yeah, like you need the belt to be a 3 inches higher. It's like, geez, man,
correct creases in the pants.
Yeah,
right, that's
but
like
that's like you're talking
military
about
people that know
By the way,
all the rules. Like you can't wear that.
Speaking of Tarkin,
I hope he's in this movie. He better be in this movie, because Tarkin was instrumental in the construction of the Death Star. So I really hope he's in this movie.
I think we talked about. He's not. I don't know if the actor's still alive. I mean, they could find somebody. Oh, speaking of
anyone wants really sharp.
No one's sharp
yeah, but he
cheeks.
doesn't look like that's not a. He's kind of a distinct looking dude.
Like, I mean, they did CG for when they showed him in Sith. It was a stand-in actor with CG for it.
He'd have to be young.
No, right. He'd have to be, but it'd have to be.
Just do a new actor.
Well, speaking of that, Mon Mothma, is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
She, the person who's playing her, the actress looks just like her and sounds like her.
Yeah.
Right.
So good on that. And then they pan to another character who looks like Poe, but a lot of people think it could be.
If it's Wedge, that would be cool. No,
Biggs.
That would be cool.
But he has like they said that his like symbol on his chest is like something with the navel.
He has some kind of higher, or like
navel.
Higher.
So they don't think it's. But if you know how to fly a ship or drive a ship, you know how to fly another ship. They're all called spaceships, and right.
But definitely, and what's really kind of was weird about the trailer for me is like it's right away I knew it wasn't John Williams with the score, and it sounds cool. Like the music sounds cool. It just doesn't sound Star Wars, which is fine because it's different than the episode ones.
Yeah.
But and like just the way like the trailer was cut with the quick cuts and some more action. Again, didn't feel very Star Warsy, but it's definitely a cool direction that who's doing it? Gareth Edwards.
Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
It's mixed reviews on that. I haven't seen it yet. I know you guys.
Really
you say it's really good, and I've heard people
really good.
Didn't like it though. So
yeah,
well they're dumb. So.
Wow. And put that to bed.
Yeah.
All right, so
check it out.
What else? I mean, before we move on from it, you had some, what?
Well, yeah. I watched the other trailer you sent me, and I want to know if there was. I've already heard the complaints about it. They're like, oh, another girl main character. Oh, it's kind of looking similar. Is it gonna? Are they just gonna keep dicing the same kind of formula up just so they
you
don't
gotta
make
take
No,
money?
definitely not. But you got to think when the original movies came out. I mean, Star Wars is like a bunch of guys like Star Wars. They're definitely trying to work the diversity, which isn't a bad thing.
I don't think it's a problem with having a female lead. I'm just worried about the entire
carbon copy.
Right. Just are they just like rinse and repeat? Just
I don't
shake
think
a couple
you will.
variables up. Do you think they'll take risks?
Makes $1 billion. I mean,
it'd be hard to take a risk, right?
Yeah, I know.
This feeds me for like 4 more years.
what do you mean feeds like you and your next of kin?
I'm just saying, it's like you're solid money for the next.
That's my point. I think
are
what
you gonna mess with it? Is it? I mean, there's no way another Gundam. What are they? Gundams?
Gungan. Yeah,
Gungans?
Gungan.
Yeah. There's no way another Gungan's going to be in any movie, right?
Right. They're not going to. They blew up Naboo in this one just to put that to bed. No.
Yeah.
It's a gravy train right now. They don't want to screw it up.
Right. I the first thing I think what everyone said as soon as they saw this character was, oh, it's Rey's mom.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, it's another white girl with brown hair. Oh, it's got to be Rey's mom.
It's not going to be that easy.
No, it's not.
I still think my theory
and
shows
Rey is
up.
obviously a Force user, and this chick, they've said from the very beginning, is not. So I don't know.
Yeah,
there's some twists.
Did they check the midichlorians?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, the trailer's really good in that respect too. Like, it doesn't. I don't know what the heck's going on in this. You got
That's-
Forrest Whitaker and this weird like stormtrooper. I don't know.
But the very end, she looks great. She's got the black.
That's why her sneaking in.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I hope they do take chances with these. And I think it's interesting that they call it, if you look at it, it's called Rogue One,
a
Star Wars story. Very small font for the Star Wars part, which is interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
well, again, it's like what you said before. They're kind of putting this on its own. Like, it's in the universe, but it shouldn't be really like episode. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
I hope that they take chances, and I hope it makes a ton of money, and I hope it's good. Because in that way, they can do lots of cool other things. Like, they talked about making a Boba Fett movie, but then that apparently got scrapped, and now they're doing a Han Solo
again, that
prequel.
was all rumored. They were always going to do the Han Solo one, but...
Still worried about that, but I'm kind of happy with how his origin...
People here behind it, though. It's going to be hilarious.
I like his origin of now. Like, you show up and he's in a bar. I like that origin. He's just some smuggler at a bar. You run into him and gets you off of the planet. Like, that's a perfect origin story for a smuggler. Like, I don't need to learn about how he got the life debt of Chewbacca. Like, I don't care.
I hope it's like Marvel and all these movies are just a hit run, man.
Well, of course, I hope they're good movies. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's what there's so many things in the Star Wars universe that don't have a lot of explanation. You just take it as it is, and an explanation of how they got, there's tons of things that they could do. But it's just...
I think that's a frustration anytime you are a big fan of like a whole universe.
Yeah.
To be like, this is what they're doing. I mean, I feel that way with Civil War. That's why I'm not as excited about Civil War, because I'm like, really? Like, there's no reason to go to that right now. Like, flesh that out way later with like 8 movies.
These actors their contracts are expiring, Jordan.
I know. I want everyone to be just frozen in their age. But I don't care. Just have other people do it.
No, you can't.
Wait till we have robot actors. Robert Downey Jr. could be Iron Man forever.
Literally be Iron Man.
That would be awesome.
That would be good. He'd be upset. I think he gets a percentage of profit. That was the deal he struck back in the day.
Off of Marvel?
Yeah. He still gets paid more than any of them.
Like, he was the highest paid actor, I think, in the last couple years in Hollywood, and he's only making like a couple movies every year. Yep. It's awesome. Anyways, okay, so we had some anything else you guys want to bring up?
Yeah, the speaking of the robots running the world, did you guys hear about the trucks that were released in England?